Hello. Okay, so this is me looking hideous in the morning. I just got up recently and I'm feeding my critters, and this is Reggie. Reggie is my Colombian Tego that is a little bit more of a challenge for me than my iguanas because hear the hissing that Reggie's doing here? Reggie's not exactly used to being touched and handled, and I'm trying to make a point of doing it anyway because Reggie's had his way for quite a while now, not being handled as much as he needs to be handled because he doesn't like it. And I was told by the guy at the pet store that you can't manhandle these guys like you do iguanas. You can't just say, I'm in charge. You know, you have, these are real smart lizards and you have to earn their trust and basically, you know, work with them. They take a little bit more give and take. But Reggie here is getting big. He had his first live goldfish this morning, and then some ground up raw beef. So he's had his breakfast, but you know, he's getting big, and I just don't want to have a full-grown Colombian Tegu that hates me. So I'm trying to work on him. Ideally, we don't want the hissing. When I used to take him out of his cage, he used to not only hiss, but he used to gape too. His mouth would be wide open. And the guy at the pet store, Bridges Pets, told me that you don't want to manhandle a Tegu. It's not a good idea. You don't want them to be hissing and having their mouth wide open at you. That's not a good thing. You need to earn their trust. But you know, it's really a lizard more for an advanced person used to lizards, and I'm really not. So I've been just trying to give Reggie, when Reggie doesn't want to come out, Reggie gets his way a lot. But the problem with that is he's getting bigger and we haven't really progressed very far. This is really good. The fact that he's sitting in my hand right now is huge. This is really huge. This is good progress. So, but there's a long way to go too. So anyway, I just wanted to show Reggie because I haven't shown him the nice pretty long tail he has. Yeah, he's I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, honestly. I'm trying to. His name's Reggie, so I'm assuming he's a boy, but it could be a girl too. Hey, what's up, buddy? Don't hiss, don't hiss. I'm really nice. I'm really nice. Yeah, we're trying to hide my face as much as possible because I look hideous. I haven't done anything really. Oh, now we're getting energetic, so I'm gonna have to cut this off. Okay, me again. Hi. Okay, I figured since I'm in the mood to film my not so frequently seen on video lizards, I'd film this guy too. This is Rambo. And Rambo, when I got him in January, was about 3 inches long. You can see now, he's a pretty big lizard. This is June. It's June, and in January, he was about as long as my fingers here. Yeah. And now look at him. Rambo is a translucent red, or I think they're called red translucent bearded dragons, so he has a little bit more red color. And he's a pig. He eats live goldfish, he eats pinky mice, and he eats pretty much anything. He loves his salad. He gets a salad every day. And sometimes he eats leftover ground beef that Reggie, the Colombian Tego, doesn't finish. Rambo here gets what's left over. Hi, Doobie. This little guy has the most personality. I mean, of all the lizards, this one is the Mr. Personality. He next to his tank is the fish tank. And when Rambo here wants a fish, he will run over and he will stare intently at the fish tank, and then he'll look back at me. And I give him a fish. If he's not happy with just one fish, he repeats that. He'll go back to the fish tank, look at the fish, and then look at me. So he's very good at communicating his desires. I also sometimes put the cricket holder next to his cage, and he'll do the same thing. Or he'll just sit there and watch the crickets. Just watch them. And he's very, very aware of everything in his environment. He's a very smart lizard. Although I've heard it said that iguanas are smarter, these guys are a little bit more flaky. I think if personality is the closest to a dog, it's this one right here. This is the most like a little puppy dog that there is, from my experience anyway so far. I've heard of people with larger, full-grown ones. This guy's about halfway there, I think, maybe, as far as his growth. That follow their owners around in the kitchen, begging for food, you know, on the floor like a little dog. Mine will never get to do that because I have cats and a dog, so mine will never get to be free roaming. But every now and then Rambo here gets to run in the bathroom. I close the doors and let Rambo run around on the bathroom floor, and he loves it. So anyway, he's a little bit more used to being held than Reggie. I take Rambo out at least once a day and pet him and just hold him. And he's pretty used to it. Yeah, he's a good boy. Kind of hard to pet because he's really got spines all over his body. I don't know if you can see the spines, but he's got a lot of spines, lots of pricklies. So petting him is kind of like petting a porcupine. Not quite as bad, but you get the idea. And so, anybody who knows anything about lizards, I have a question. He's got a little sore on his leg right here. See that? He's had that for about a month. It doesn't seem to be getting any bigger. And what I'm pretty sure it is a cricket bite, because I've been told that crickets do bite. And it's actually pretty common for lizards to get cricket bites, and those can become infected. So anybody out there who knows anything about lizards, who's had to deal with that, I would appreciate any tips on how to take care of that, because I don't really have the funds to take Reggie, or, you know, I have so many animals, it's hard to keep their names straight, to take Rambo here to the vet. So if anybody has any ideas, I'm kind of hoping that will just fade away, since it's not getting any worse. Maybe eventually it'll just fade away. But if anybody knows anything about cricket bites, which, you know, it might not even be a cricket bite, that's just my guess, or has seen a sore like that before on a lizard or a beardy, and has some idea what I can do to help him. Because I don't know if it hurts him or not. It doesn't seem to be a painful thing. He doesn't seem to be... he doesn't react when I touch it, but at the same time it worries me. So anyway, this is Rambo, the beardy dragon, and he sits across from me in the living room, so I get to watch his little antics all the time. And yeah, I like him. He's not going to get really, really big. They get about, I think their bodies get about a foot long. And they don't have they have a short stubby little tail, see? So there, now you guys have seen everybody except, I haven't really shown off Kraken. That's my Chinese water dragon, so I might add a little clip of Kraken to this too, and then I'll have all three of them. So we'll see. But there's Rambo, not Reggie. Reggie was the first one. This is Rambo. Why is he called Rambo? Just because. He needed a name and it just seemed to stick. So, thanks for watching again. Bye. Kraken. There's a reason we don't bring Kraken out very often in front of the camera. Kraken is kind of like, looks a little bit like a miniature iguana. And he is a Chinese water dragon. He's really, really pretty, actually. These guys look a lot bigger than they are because I have them closer to the camera than my head. Just FYI, see if I did this. Oh, Holy shit, look at how big this lizard is. It's huge. Its head is almost as big as her head. Woo! But yes, this is I try to turn him around. Kraken is very hyper, very fast lizard. Here. It's okay. He's very fast. See his pretty little stripes? Now this guy is my monster lizard. Now he's little. Eventually he'll get to be about, from what I understand, these guys get to be about, my dog is outside scratching to get in, so that's the noise you hear. These guys get to be about 2.5, 3 feet when they're full grown. So he'll get pretty big. He's just a juvenile lizard right now. Yeah, he's a juvenile lizard. Anyway, I got him about 6, well no, more like about 3 months ago from a young man, and it was a bit of a drive. And this guy loved Kraken. Kraken, he named him. Obviously, this is a name that a guy would come up with, but he's Kraken. We kept the name. But this guy loved his little friend here. He just couldn't afford. He had a huge snake, and they cost a lot of money. This is what I've discovered too. Lizards cost a lot of money. You have to run the heat lamps, and then they have special lighting lamps that you have to use, and there's just all kinds of stuff that you have to do. That you have to get humidifiers for them, and they really jack up the electric bill. My electric bill last month, no, this one, well, I don't need to say how much they are, but they're big, let's just say. Anyway, so this is Kraken. Kraken here might seem small, but he is actually quite lethal. What does he eat? He eats 3 to 4, maybe an inch long goldfish every couple of days. He'll put away 3 or 4 inch long goldfish, the comet goldfish. Just swallows them whole. It's just amazing. He jumps at them, just gulp, gulp, they're gone. He's very, very, he eats live food. He eats, I get him pinky mice, live pinky mice, and he gets those maybe a couple times a month. Same thing. Eats them whole. I leave the room. I do, because when I was a kid I had pet mice and rats, and I have a very soft heart when I see a little helpless baby, which is what a pinky mouse is. So I leave the room. I put the little, I upend the bag that the mouse is in, and I usually see the beginning of the attack, because the lizard will run right away straight for the mouse, and then I turn around and leave. I don't watch. So I'm not so squeamish about the fish. I think it's kind of cool when I feed the fish, because, or feed him fish, because it kind of reminds me of feeding like a little dolphin. You know, he'll, after the first fish, he'll stand in his cage and he'll look straight up and he'll have his mouth wide open, like more. So he's a real fun little lizard, and he's got lots of personality. They all have different personalities. They all have their interesting qualities. Oh, we getting lively? I mean, he can be like a bullet. He could be sitting here in my hand 1 minute and out of my hand the next. He's very fast. I think of the lizards, the iguanas are actually the most damaging to me. They're the ones that have scratched my arms. I mean, look at this. Look at my arms. That's all from the iguana. And show off. See? Look at I have scratches over scratches over scratches on my arms, and that's from the 2 iguanas. So the littler lizards, these guys, even the Colombian Tango, he has very sharp claws. Reggie has very sharp claws. That's another reason why I'm starting to work with Reggie more. But this one's kind of like Reggie. He doesn't like to be handled, but once he gets in your hand, after a little while, he relaxes and he's a lot better. See? There he is. I love the little blue stripes down his green back. He has a really pretty little tail. See? So, and this is Kraken. Such a different name from what I would name a lizard. You can tell I didn't come up with it. But this is Kraken, and he's my little flesh eater. He is the one that, what happens is I feed pinky mice to my bearded dragon, to Rambo. And sometimes Rambo doesn't want the mouse. Sometimes Rambo decides that the mouse is too big or whatever, because bearded dragons don't, I guess their throats aren't as big, so they can't swallow as much. So I watch from a distance, and if Rambo doesn't show any interest in the mouse, I take it out and give it to this guy. He'll put it away. According to Kraken's former owner, this guy will eat fuzzy rats too, which I'm not sure what they are, but I think fuzzy rats are very young baby rats. Not pinky rats. They're pinkies when they don't have any fur, but fuzzy when they're a little bigger and they have actual fur on them. That's what I think fuzzy rats are. That's what he called them, and that's what I imagine he's talking about. Larger baby rats. But I don't think I'm ever going to feed him a fuzzy rat. I don't think I will ever feed him anything but small to large pinky mice, because I like that he can swallow them in one gulp. I don't want a situation where he's decapitating and eating pieces. That's just too gross. So anyway, so this is Kraken. He's the other lizard that doesn't get to be on camera very often. I also have a frog, and his name is Goofy, and maybe one day I will bring him out, but he's fairly new and he hasn't quite adapted yet to his environment, and I don't want to cause him any more stress than he has already. So, we're having issues. Okay, now we're good. Yeah. So, okay, I picked a really good time to show off my lizards. I waited until I looked as hideous as possible. Okay, well, you're not supposed to be looking at me. You're supposed to be looking at the really pretty lizard in the picture here. See? Yeah. So, anyway, this is the last one. So, thanks for watching again. Bye.